right. Hello and welcome. This is my name is Shing Chung, and I'm one of the Film Lab social media coordinator. Film Lab is a nonprofit that has been working to create racial and gender parity in the entertainment and media since 1998. Unfinished Works is a program that we provide to workshop diverse and cutting edge new scripts and writers. In just a few minutes, we'll be joined by one of the writers from our upcoming January workshop. This workshop is going to take place tomorrow on the, I believe it's Friday on the 15th, and it features the work of Daniel Park and Ryan Yip. Today, I'm joined by Daniel Park.
Thanks for having me.
Let's tell us a little bit about yourself.
So currently I'm a screenwriter. Mostly have a background as a playwright in New York. Been here about 10 years now. And the Film Lab accepted my full feature screenplay. It's in the sci-fi action genre. Sort of gangster elements as well. But originally I'm from Boston. Started in the visual sort of design field actually. Segued into creative writing, acting, and that's what brought me to New York. And
so you began as a visual person, you said?
Yeah, I was sort of had initial aspirations of like architect, designers. Yeah.
That's interesting.
Quickly realized I wasn't really seeing that in the long run, and then that made like a quick segue into like illustration, dramatic writing, sort of exploring different options. And
I get that.
The writing part really stuck. That's when I started reading a lot of scripts, plays, screenwriting books, like how to write a screenplay. And that's pretty much when it sort of hit the nerve. And
tell me what's your favorite writers, screenplay writers? Just give me one or two. You don't have to give me the whole thing.
Yeah, I mean it's mostly playwrights that have turned screenwriters. So I mean obviously there's Aaron Sorkin. He really writes a lot of like dialogue, almost like theatrical language, but it's really obviously still a movie. Patty Chayefsky is a great influence. And then just to bring it back to the old guys, Sam Shepard, Eugene O'Neill, Arthur Miller,
that's right,
all those guys. I just still remember reading those early plays that they written, and it's like a question. It's like, oh, what's making you continuously trying to be?
You're cutting out a little bit, Daniel. Daniel, you're cutting out a little bit.
Okay, maybe.
Can you hear me?
Yeah.
Yeah, you're cutting out a little bit. I don't know if it's Okay. You just said that you were talking about how you were watching the old guys like Sam Shepard and all that, and you were inspired by those people.
Yeah. And then that's when it really sort of registered that I want to explore it more. It brought me to New York, and there's a lot of different sort of dramatic institutions. Obviously, in New York, it's a big theater scene, and then just did a lot of writing workshops. Really lab intensive, sort of like this program. I'm just bringing pages every week, and then just.
And I'm assuming this kind of style of writing that you do is very much like dialogue driven, and probably character driven too, just like your inspirations.
Yeah, to start, definitely. Just characters in a setting, single room, like I was mentioning, kitchen sink, living room drama. And then more recently, I've been working a lot more in genre. So it's a lot more plot driven, like this script here. So. And
that takes us to the project that you're going to showcase with us with Unfinished Work, which is a pretty much I hear it's a pretty genre driven work, right? You're kind of going into two different genres, or.
Yeah, there's a lot of different. It's funny because I started as a play, so it all took place in a warehouse. The protagonist is Corey. The log line is basically he's a young warehouse worker, a new father, want to make a better life for his kid, and but then he realizes his mortgage is going up. He's not sure if he can have his job secured at this warehouse. So initially I thought it was going to be a play, but then it sort of segued into all these different scenes. Him leaving the warehouse, he gets to this unfortunate incident where he's sort of forced to make like a drug sale, hence the title. And then
the title is being One Last Sale, right?
One Last Sale, just to sort of see if he can pull this off and make a better life for his kid. And yeah, all of a sudden went to the action genre, gangster genre, but then there's like sci-fi elements. It sort of takes place in a dystopian future, like 30 years from now. So
what drew you to like? I know this whole thing started with a play, and it was meant to be a play in the beginning. What drove you kind of um, to move away from that and to explore all these spaces and these genres?
So not to give too much away, but the 15 pages I'm presenting tomorrow, it mostly takes place in that warehouse. But then I guess as I kept writing it, he started making deliveries. And that's when it broke away.
Right.
And then
So
all
it's
of a
like
sudden,
it's a natural thing. You were just writing and then just
and then just
to be
going
like
with
that.
it, you know.
Right.
And then it started getting a lot more adrenaline. The scene started to cut a lot faster. I started cutting back to this antagonist, not to really give away his identity.
Right.
All these subplots started to come in, and you know that's when it's, by the end of like that first act into the second act, I was like, all right, this is definitely a film at this point.
Right. That sounds really exciting. So like, what do you hope to get help with the script, joining the unfinished work program? What do you hope to get out of it?
Yeah, I mean, this is my first take on a not first, it's a second take on a feature-length screenplay. I wrote like this dark romantic drama before.
Yeah, tell me about the first one. Actually, I'm really interested.
Yeah, so it's so it was sort of like my take on like the romantic drama. This is when I was starting to do like genre, just to really stretch myself. And yeah, it's basically the main protagonist is a female. She's a writer in New York, but then she meets this struggling painter. He's like a modern Van Gogh. And yeah, it's sort of like a slight commentary on like celebrity and art versus commerce, that sort of thing. Yeah, it's like a modern love story, I guess. But yeah, not too proud on that one. It was a lot more just to test the format, see if I could do 3-act structure.
Test the water. Yeah.
So this script, the sci-fi action genre, I'm definitely more comfortable in it, just because I've been watching a lot more films in this genre, especially the Bong Joon-ho films. And fantastic. It's a nice reference, like Snowpiercer.
Snowpiercer. Yeah. Oh, okay. I get it. Yeah.
Yeah, and then sort of my homage to that movie, because it was really effective, I thought.
It is very gritty and like raw film, you know. And it's unpredictable. It's like, I guess it's almost like your script too. It's just, you know, you don't know where the character's gonna go next. You know, Snowpiercer really much like gave me that idea, you know. So yeah, I mean, so what do you hope to help others with this script that you're workshopping with us?
I mean, just to have that discussion, you know. So if there's any writers, if there's any actors, directors, if they have that commentary on it, just to have that discussion about craft, like why do they have this opinion, why do they have this perspective on this script, and then hopefully just to open up that discussion to see what you know they're coming from, see what projects they're possibly working on. Yeah, there's a second writer on this as well, and you know he's bringing in like a sports genre movie, so it's all like these different scripts. You know, just to it's always good to have feedback.
Right, for sure. I think it's always good to have like dialogues, feedbacks going for your craft, for your work, just so you can get better and try to listen to people more. Yeah, I get that. Yeah.
Exactly.
Well, yeah, I mean the whole thing is happening tomorrow, the 15th, Friday, this January. Do you have any more things to say about your future projects? Anything you want to talk about?
Yeah, tune in. I would love to hear feedback. I mean, that's all it is at the end of the day.
Okay. Yeah. Sounds good. Okay, great. Well, this is Daniel Park, our unfinished work, one of the projects that he's doing, which is called One Last Sale. Yeah, we hope to see you tomorrow.
Yeah. Thank you. Hope to see
you. All right. Thank
Cheers.
you.